Hello everyone, this is DomeNation, I'm Shey, and today I'm bringing you a guide for Mythic Nythendra. This fight is pretty straightforward. The most difficult part will be managing the raid's infested stacks. Every time you take any damage in this fight from an ability, you will gain 1 stack of infested. The boss will periodically cast Infested Mind, mind controlling every raid member who has 10 or more stacks. Now take note, everyone in your raid will eventually gain 10 stacks. The first ability we're going to go over today is Rot. Nythendra will place the Rot debuff on 3 random non-tank players. These players will inflict 400,000 damage and give a stack of Infested to all allies within 8 yards every 3 seconds for 9 seconds. Once the 9 seconds are up, the debuff will expire and drop a pool of infested ground beneath you. It's important that the entire raid minus the tanks remain loosely spread 8 yards before Rot is cast, and the players affected by Rot drop the debuff off at the edges of the room. The second ability is Infested Breath. Nythendra will target a random raid member and breathe a frontal cone attack, dealing damage and dropping infested ground under everyone who it hits. Every tick of damage from Infested Breath will also give a stack of Infested. This attack is 100% avoidable and you should never take damage from it. You have enough time after Nythendra targets a player to move out of the cone. Immediately after each Infested Breath, Nythendra will cast Infested Mind. All players who are at 10 or more stacks should run into melee range as long as you don't have the Rot debuff, so that the raid can quickly AoE you down. The mind control players will then cast Spread Infestation, which needs to be interrupted. If you're at 8 or 9 stacks, you can also step into the infested ground intentionally to reach 10 stacks, so you can also be mind controlled and AoE down as well. The only tank mechanic in this fight is Volatile Rot. This ability works the same as Artillery from Iron Reaver and Hellfire Citadel. The tank who receives this debuff needs to run as far from the raid as possible to limit the raid damage taken. Tanks with high mobility should be chosen to take Volatile Rot. The tank with highest aggro when Volatile Rot goes out will be selected. After 2 cycles of Infested Breath, Nythendra will enter Phase 2. At the start of Phase 2, Nythendra will go to sleep, pulling in all pulls of Rot towards her. A multitude of insects will also spawn around the room, with a few insects randomly growing in size. Avoid the pulls of infested ground, as well as the large insects. When the insects grow to full size, they will cast Burst of Corruption. This will kill you. After dodging the infested ground and insects for 20 seconds, Nythendra will return to Phase 1, and from here, it's rinse and repeat. A quick tip for this fight, if you divide the rooms into roughly 4 sections, drop infested ground in only 2 of these sections. This will make Phase 2 much easier, as the entire raid can go into the 2 sections that have no infested ground, making it where you only have to worry about the insects. That is all for this fight. If you have any suggestions for future content, please drop a comment down below, and if you like this video, please leave a like. Thank you for watching.